Welcome back to Tsar Clarity. Today we are diving into one of the most fascinating and powerful industries in the world, fighter jets. While our channel often focuses on cars, luxury rides, and performance machines, today we are bringing you something on an entirely different level of engineering, speed, and national pride. We are going to review the fighter jet market in South Korea, their performance capabilities, and of course, the costs involved in producing and maintaining these incredible machines. South Korea has steadily risen to become a global force in aerospace technology, and their fighter jets are not just about military defense but also about demonstrating national strength and advanced engineering on the international stage. This is going to be a full deep dive into the jets that keep South Korea safe and competitive in one of the most tense regions of the world. When we think about South Korea's defense industry, the first name that comes up is the KF-21 Boramae, also known as the Korean fighter. This is a project that has been in development for years and finally took flight in recent years, proving that South Korea has the ability to design and produce its own advanced fighter jet without relying completely on foreign suppliers. The KF-21 is designated to be a 4th generation fighter jet, putting it in the same league as aircraft-like Eurofighter Type 1 or the F-16V, but with features that bring it closer to stealth jets like the F-35. The KF-21 maximum speed is Mach per V8, and it can fly at altitudes over 55,000 feet. With advanced avionics, AESA radar technology, and compatibility with a wide range of air-to-air and air-to-ground weapons, the KF-21 is South Korea's step toward eventually building a fully 5th-generation stealth fighter. Performance-wise, the KF-21 is not just about speed, it is about versatility. South Korea designated this jet to have multirole capabilities. That means it can perform air superiority missions, striking targets deep in enemy territory, or defending airspace against intruders. It has decent hardpoints for weapons, which means it can carry long-range air-to-air missiles, precision-guided bombs, and anti-ship missiles. Compared to legacy fighters like the F-16, the KF-21 offers far more modern systems and integrated targeting. The AESA radar allows for detecting multiple targets at longer ranges while reducing the risk of being detected itself. For pilots, this means greater situational awareness and survivability in hostile environments. Now, let's talk about price. Fighter jets are never cheap, and South Korea has invested billions of dollars into developing the KF-21. Each unit is expected to cost around $65 to $70 million, depending on configurations. This is significantly cheaper than the American F-35 Lightning II, which costs upwards of $100 million per plane, not to mention the extreme maintenance costs. South Korea's strategy with the KF-21 is to not only supply its own air force but also make it an export fighter for countries that cannot afford the F-35 but still want a modern and capable aircraft. Countries like Indonesia have already been involved in co-financing the project, with agreements for future deliveries. If South Korea succeeds in exporting the KF-21, it could become one of the most competitive fighters in the global arms market. The price advantage also comes with maintenance benefits. The KF-21 is being built with modular systems, making upgrades and servicing easier compared to jets like the F-35, which require extensive and expensive maintenance programs. South Korea understands that in today's world, the long-term cost of operating a fighter jet is as important as the initial purchase price. Pilots and ground crews will have an easier time adapting to the KF-21 compared to more complex jets, reducing training time and costs. This efficiency could become a key selling point for international customers. Of course, South Korea doesn't rely only on the KF-21. Its Air Force also operates advanced versions of the F-15 Caslam Eagle, a heavily upgraded variant of the American F-15 Eagle, specifically tailored for Korean needs. The F-15 is a proven jet, capable of flying at Mach 25 with a combat range exceeding 1,800 km. It can carry a huge payload of weapons, including long-range missiles and precision bombs, making it an ideal strike aircraft. The cost per unit is higher than the KF-21, reaching around $100 million per plane, but its raw power and heavy payload capability make it a backbone of the South Korean Air Force. Another important part of South Korea's fighter jet lineup is the F-35 Lightning II. South Korea has purchased around 40 of these stealth jets, at an estimated cost of over $7 billion for the entire program. The F-35 gives South Korea true fifth-generation stealth capability, with features like a sensor fusion, low radar visibility, and network-centric warfare capabilities. Its performance is unmatched in terms of situational awareness, but the costs of purchasing and maintaining the F-35 are extremely high. Each plane costs about $100 to $120 million, and yearly maintenance is among the most expensive of any fighter jet in the world. This has created a debate in South Korea about whether relying on the F-35 too much is worth it, especially when the KF-21 can handle many missions at a lower cost. South Korea's approach to fighter jets is very strategic. By blending high-cost stealth jets like the F-35 with more affordable multirole jets like the KF-21, the country can maintain a strong air defense network without overspending. This layered defense strategy ensures that stealth fighters can be used in critical missions, while the KF-21 and F-15 can handle most day-to-day operations. This balance is something many countries are looking at because not every nation can afford to fill its air force with only stealth fighters. Now let's look at how these jets perform in terms of regional security. South Korea is located in one of the tensest areas of the world, right next to North Korea, and in close proximity to China and Japan. Air power is not just about defense, it is about deterrence. When a country like South Korea flies modern jets like the KF-21 and the F-35, it sends a strong signal that its skies are not to be violated. Fighter jets are as much political tools as they are military machines. Their performance specifications, like speed, range, and stealth, are important, but so is the message they send to potential adversaries. The global arms market is also paying attention. Many countries that cannot afford the F-35 are looking at alternatives. The KF-21 offers a perfect middle ground. Its cost is affordable compared to Western fifth-generation jets, its performance is advanced enough to compete, and its technology is indigenous, meaning South Korea has full control over it without heavy reliance on the United States. For example, countries in Southeast Asia, the Middle East, and even parts of Europe could become buyers in the future. If this happens, South Korea will not only strengthen its defense industry but also become a major global player in aerospace exports. When it comes to raw performance comparisons, the KF-21 may not be as stealthy as the F-35, but it makes up for that with versatility and cost-effectiveness. It has superior radar systems compared to older generation fighters, greater maneuverability, and the ability to integrate new weapons systems in the future. For South Korea, this ensures that the jet can evolve with changing threats. Unlike many aircraft that become obsolete quickly, the KF-21 has been designed with future upgrades in mind, including possible stealth enhancements and advanced missile systems. At the same time, the pride of developing a homegrown fighter jet cannot be understated. For decades, South Korea relied heavily on the United States for its defense aircraft. The KF-21 represents a major milestone in South Korea's independence in defense manufacturing. It shows the world that South Korea is not only a consumer of advanced military technology but a producer. This has a ripple effect across industries because the technology developed for fighter jets, such as radar, materials science, and avionics, often finds its way into civilian industries, boosting the entire economy. In terms of costs, the defense budget of South Korea is one of the highest in Asia, and fighter jets make up a significant part of that. The government is willing to invest heavily because air power is seen as essential for survival in the region. But at the same time, South Korea's strategy is smart. Develop its own jet to reduce dependency, purchase a limited number of expensive stealth fighters to stay competitive, and upgrade existing platforms like the F-15 to keep them relevant. This three-pronged approach means the country can balance performance and cost while still keeping its air force one of the most advanced in Asia. Looking ahead, the KF-21 project is expected to produce over 120 jets for South Korea by the early 2030s, with more expected for export. If successful, it could generate billions of dollars in revenue and significantly lower the unit cost for South Korea itself. The long-term plan is even more ambitious, with future development possibly leading to a fully fifth-generation indigenous stealth jet. That would place South Korea in the elite group of nations capable of building cutting-edge stealth fighters, alongside the US, China, and Russia. For aviation fans and defense analysts, South Korea is now one of the most exciting countries to watch in terms of fighter jet development. The KF-21 is already proving its worth in test flights, and its combination of performance, price, and export potential makes it a game changer. When compared to other fighters in its class, it stands out as a cost-effective alternative that doesn't take compromise too much on capability. And when you consider the mix of F-15Ks and F-35s in the fleet, South Korea has built a balanced and powerful air force. So when we talk about fighter jet performance and prices in South Korea, what we see is a country that has strategically positioned itself between affordability and cutting-edge technology. It is not about having the most expensive jets in the world, it is about having the right mix of performance, price, and long-term sustainability. That is the true power of South Korea's approach. Fighter jets are not just tools of war, they are symbols of technological achievement, national pride, and economic growth. And South Korea has found a way to make them all work together. Thank you for watching Tsar Clarity, where we go beyond Tsars to explore machines of power and performance. If you enjoyed this deep dive into South Korea's fighter jets, make sure to like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss our next review of the world's most incredible machines.